Okay, hello everyone, how are you today? It's Kay. So this is the 12th of February 2022 on Saturday. So I hope you're having a great day today and great weekend as well. So yeah, today the market is closed. So I decided to give you an overview of Forex Tester 5 because recently I get emails in terms of how to use Forex Tester, how to set up the Forex Tester. So today I will open the Forex Tester and also share with you how to set up one by one from scratch so that you can refer to it and practice your trades. So I have been using Forex Tester for more than 5 years or 6 years. I don't exactly remember, but I have been using the tester for years and it's been working great for me actually. And still nowadays, I run the tester weekends or when the market's quiet and I practice my own. So on Mondays, I have been doing the Forex Tester sessions and you can see some videos in the past about my Forex Tester lectures. But today, I will share how to set up the Forex Tester and also I will introduce some of the useful functions of Forex Tester so that when you run, you can save time and also you can set it up correctly. So in case you have any questions about Forex Tester, just mention on the chat, or if you're seeing this archive, please comment and I can have a look and reply to your comments and questions. Okay, so let's see. Let me switch the screen. All right, and before starting here, as a quick disclaimer, this content is all based on my own experience. So when you decide to take trades, please do at your own risk. And also, since this is a live stream, if you can please follow the rules and guidelines, that would be great, because after all, we're all here to learn. Okay, so let me say hi to quickly everyone. Kishore and Nadeem, Anif, good to see you. TikTok, good to see you too. Blackwater, Muhammad, Noel, Daniel, good to see you. Thank you for joining. And Richard as well, good to see you too. All right, Paysan and Breeze, Chike and Johnny K, good to see you. Anis also, thank you for joining. So I see a good number of people here too on today's live stream. So thank you for joining. Welcome, everyone. So yeah, so let me launch the Forex Tester first. Oh, in case if you don't know what the Forex Tester is, first of all, you can come to my website. You can come to my website from the below description. Let me open up here. This is my website, and on the top, you can see the Forex Tester, Forex Tester 5. So if you click on this one, then you can open the page where I explain all about the Forex Tester. Basically, the basics of Forex Tester. I explain on this web page, and also you can have the video too, because I did the overview of Forex Tester previously. So feel free to watch this free video to have understanding of the Forex Tester. And also, when you purchase, make sure to click here to purchase FT5, and also make sure to put the coupon code. I have the coupon code particularly from Forex Tester team, and once you input the coupon code, you will get a 5% discount on top of the sale. So make sure to use that coupon code. This one you can copy and paste to get the 5% off. Not the 50, sorry, 5% off. You can get that. And also I posted some useful information about the Forex Tester. But yeah, let me launch Forex Tester now, and I will exactly show you how I would do a tester. All right, thank you for joining everyone. While loading, let me check some other comments. All right, Richard says, can you buy and sell on Forex Tester? Virtually, yes. But this is a tester So basically, you are testing the previous chart. So you cannot buy or sell on the real trades, but you can buy and sell on the previous trades on the paper. All right, Omar, thank you for joining. Eugene, good to see you. Stay gold and love Ichimoku. Thank you for using that stamp, Eugene. All right, Nguyen, good to see you too. And Ivan, thank you for joining. All right, Blackwater, thank you for the reminder for the like button. Thank you for that. So if you liked it so far, please press the like button before you leave. That would be great. All right, Adam Wong, thank you for joining as well. So this is how Forex Tester looks like when you first open the tester. And so let's assume that this is Scratch. It's a Scratch. And what I first do is I load the data. Because Forex Tester actually, you need to download the data of the previous chart in order to run the tester. So first thing you have to do is load the chart. So how to do it is you come to this data and click on the data center. And then you will see this kind of pop up. And once you access this pop up, whichever currency pairs or the markets you want to backtest, you select. So let's say if you want to backtest Euro USD, then put the tick mark on Euro USD. And I already have the history here, so I already have the data downloaded. So let me select the one that I didn't download yet. So let me check, for example, New Zealand USD, because I don't trade in New Zealand, so I don't have data in New Zealand. So let me see. Let me just clear the history. So when you open first time, it should look like this. When you click the pair, then it says 1 minute history, no data, and imported tick history, no data. So basically, you don't have any data when you start. So you have to download the data in the PC locally, and then run the tester afterwards. So select the pairs that you want to backtest, and after that, click your update from server. Oh, before that, if you want to set the swap or lot size or spread, you can do it here too. You can click on the change properties, and here you can put the each detail settings like lot size or spread. You can even set. So every time you trade, broker takes spread depending on the pair you trade. So you can get the average spread from the website, but here, so for example, New Zealand USD spread, I'm not sure, but maybe it will be like 5 or so. So you can put the 5. You can put the 5 spread, and yeah, the rest. Oh, and also you can also set the leverage also. I just use default 1 to 100, but I don't really use 100 leverage. Usually I use 20 or less leverage and risk 2% per trade. So here you can just set it 100, it's okay. Or if you want to drop down to 20, you can also do 20 here. And also you can put the commissions too. This part I don't really care because I don't really earn profits by commissions, so I don't really care. But if in case you also look at the commissions and also swaps, you can also set this one here. But usually I am intraday to like day. Maybe I hold the trades only up to 2 weeks, but that will be my longest time period to hold the trade. Usually I hold in between like 1 day or 2 days, or maybe up to 3 days in average. So I don't really care about swaps. So, but in case you care, if you're a swing trader, then you can set the swaps also. Swap long and swap short. So here, after you set this, you click OK, and then start to download the history. So for the source, you can just choose a Forex site. This one is just fine. You can just choose a default Forex site, and you click update from server. And if you are subscribing to VIP, then you can find also crypto, Bitcoin. But not only that, if you don't see any other currencies or stock market or index, you can actually click add. This is only for VIP function, but if you click add, then you can have much more markets that to backtest. So for example, commodities, there are this much: cocoa, coffee, cotton, diesel, all these like sugar, bean, corn, cotton, gas, gasoline, yeah, all these natural gas and sugar, crude oil. You can select all these, wheat. And also as cross pairs, all the cross pairs are here basically. And for the cryptos, you can also backtest on cryptos in Forex Tester. So I think they have to change name. It's not normal like Forex only, but you can just choose Bitcoin or Bitcoin Euro, Bitcoin USD, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple. You can have this selection for cryptos. And also exotics, of course, there are many exotic pairs that you can backtest. And then for futures, there are for indices. There are many. AUS 200, Australia 200, and CAC France is here, China 50 is here, and Dow Jones here. Basically, all the indices you can backtest. Euro stocks and CAC France and FTSE 100 also here. German 40 is here too. The latest German index is here. And Hong Kong 50. Hansen Index, and also Nifty is here also. Nikkei 225, JP 225 is here also. Italy 40 is also here. Yeah, so you can have all sorts of these index and metals and stock markets too. Stock markets, Canada and EU, India stock market, UK and US. You can have these markets to backtest. So basically, I am a Forex trader, so I only backtest on these Forex pairs. But in case you want to backtest other pairs, other commodities or index, you can actually do so on the tester. So anyways, so coming back to the topic, click on NZD/USD and then update from server. Then there is another pop-up like this where it says download new history. Recommended will be downloaded part of the history from the end of last update. So you can either click on this one, or if you want to backtest in specific time period, then tick mark on download part of history and manually select from which date and which date you want to backtest. So basically, the tester offers all the data since 2001 January. Since 2001 January, all the way up to the previous month, you can actually backtest. So what I usually do is I just select random. If let's say this is a new backtesting project for me, then I would just put let's say 2000 maybe 2010, which I never know what was happening in the market. 2010 January until the end of 2010. So I would pick, let's see, 2011. 2011, let's see, January. So I will backtest 1 year and also 1 month, January. So once you have this period like this, then click update. Well, actually, you have to download only 1 minute history, because if you download also tick history, that might be too much data. So and also tick history is only provided for the super or VIP subscription. So you can just download only 1 minute history if you want to backtest a 5-minute chart or 1 minute. I think it's just fine. And click update. Then now data is downloading from the server to this PC now of New Zealand USD between 2010 to 2011. Okay, so now it's downloaded. You can see 2010 January until 2010 January. So imported 1 minute history. So after you see this, now you can start to backtest. So you close this data center and then go to project. So every time you want to backtest, you create new project. Yeah, so click on the new project. Oh, by the way, is it okay so far, everyone? If you have any questions, just let me know on the chat so that I can answer to any of your questions. So today, if you're new, I decided to talk about and share how I set up the Forex Tester every time backtest, because I got these questions recently by emails many times. So after you download the data, then click New Project. And when you click New Project, then simply put a project name. So if this is NZD-USD project to backtest, then you can just put NZD-USD. And if you are backtesting with specific strategy, then you can name that also. If you're using my strategy, then you can just put KTS. If you're using other strategy, then you can just put other strategy name like multiple moving average or stochastic cross or whatever name, you can just put it. So here I just put KTS, my own strategy. And deposit, you can put deposit on any number, but if you want to be realistic, then you can put 10,000 or 1,000. So this time I just put 10,000 for deposit USD and click next. And then here you select the symbol of the pairs or the market that you want to backtest. So you just downloaded NZD-USD and you don't have any other data, technically speaking. So here you can technically click on any markets, but you can only backtest NZD-USD. So here you look for NZD-USD and here it is, you click this one, then automatically it shows the data that you have in the PC. So it's got, once again, 2010 January until 2011 January, as we downloaded just earlier. And here you can select use 1 minute data or use 1 minute and tick data. So here, if you are subscribing to Super, then you can choose 1 minute and tick data. But if you are not the Super, then just use 1 minute data. And then click next. Oh, before that, you can click on advanced settings. And that will be either generate ticks based on OHLC points, open and the high, low, and close points. Generate ticks based on these 4 market information, or generate ticks randomly based on volume. So usually I choose generate ticks based on OHLC points because I value a high and low and open close of the candles. So I choose this one and then click apply. And then click next. Like this. And then here you can set the time zone. So when I was in Japan, I was setting Japan time zone. But you can actually put default, that's fine. Depending on what time zone you are, you can set it as you like so that when you actually run the tester, you can actually see the news also. You can actually see the news, important news and medium news and a low impact news. You can actually have this. So when you backtest, I think to be realistic in your region, I recommend you to set the time zone. So this time, let me just set it on the 0, just a practice, and start testing from the first date in range. I select always this one. And then, so start date will be the beginning of the data, which is 2010 January. And okay, and start testing after creation. I usually cancel this one because after loading the chart, I want to set up the indicators. So I disable start testing after creation and then click create. Then I have one window. This is 1 minute. So you can have these time frames 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 and 30, 1 hour, all the way up to monthly. And also you can customize your time frame. Like you can customize, you can add time frame and add time frames manually. So let's say if you're using like 2-hour chart, 3-hour chart, you can also set that here, backtest. So right now we haven't loaded any charts yet, so there's no candlesticks. But when I start to run the tester, you can see the candlesticks moving. So this is basically how I set up the backtest. And on one project, I backtest 100 trades, and then I create another project and backtest 100 trades, practice 100 trades. Because these stats, you can find the stats after number of trades when you come to where is it? The Windows. Yeah, when you come to Windows and click on statistics, you can review these data from days processed in the backtest, total trades, profit trades, losing trades, and profitable trades month, losing trades per month, max profit trade and max loss trade, net profit, gross loss, and max drawdown, profit factor, return percent. You get all these data. But this data is depending on the project. So if you create one project, then run the tester, take trades and entry, exit, and then that will be reflected on this particular stats. But you can't really, add. You can actually add another stats to this one. So because each stats goes along with each project. So this time, to just show you, I created the project for NZD/USD only. But if you want to backtest 100 trades on multiple pairs like Euro/USD and Pound JPY and AUD/USD and things like that, if you want to backtest on multiple pairs, then you create a project and select these multiple pairs so that on the stats up to 100 trades, when you do, all the result will be added and reflected in this stats. And if you want to do another 100 trades or another strategy in backtest, I recommend you to create another project so that all the data will be reset and you can see the new stats. So so this is the stats. So this is basically how I set up the Forex Tester. So now when I click on start, then you will start to see the candles. This is 1 hour, but so you can either click on resume to move the candles like this real time, and you can actually set the speed. If you take it to the right, it goes faster. If you go to the left, it goes very slow. So you can change the speed. But usually how I backtest is that I pause and I enable this window and I press the space key one by one and I move the candles one by one like this. If you put the space, it goes one by one forward, and if you press backspace, it goes backwards one by one like this. So usually when I wait for the trending market, I simply keep pressing the space until I see the trends by Ichimoku and Kijun Sen, like this. So so basically this is how I set up the tester. But so here you see the Ichimoku indicator, but if you open new chart, you will have no indicators and no colors and candlesticks. So this is my template, and the template is already applied. So you see these indicators. But let's say if you don't have any indicators at the beginning, so it will look like this. This is 1 minute. And so now let me talk quickly about how to set up the indicators, because indicator setting is a bit tricky in Forex Tester. Looks like it's like a MT5, MT4, but the indicator setting is a bit tricky because it goes by the time frames. So let me explain that first. So I already applied the template. So let me first. So hold on, let's see. So the way I do is, okay, so this is daily. So this is daily time frame. And if you want to install, for example, Ichimoku Kinko-hyo, then you can go to, let's see, where is it? Charts? Yeah, you can go to charts and list of indicators, and you can choose Ichimoku. Should be under trend, and you can select Ichimoku here. Or if you are my Ichimoku community member, then make sure to have the corrected Ichimoku. Either way, you can just set up the Ichimoku here, because the displacement is wrong in default Ichimoku for Forex Tester. So I created the corrected Ichimoku for this. So if you have it, you can download and set up this one. And when you select any indicators, for example Ichimoku, when you click on this one, the next pop-up is very important. When you see this, you can find these settings, and also this is important, time frames. Usually, I get these questions also by email, how to reflect the indicator on all the time frames, because I can't see Ichimoku Kinko-hyo in multiple time frames. And I think this is why. In default, it only takes 1 day, but if you're using Ichimoku like me, in higher time frames, then you have to select also weekly, monthly, and 4-hour chart in 1 hour and 30, like this. And if you don't use Ichimoku in lower time frames like me, then you just disable the 15-minute chart in 5 minutes and 1 minute. And then click apply. And when you apply, afterwards also, if you want to download the stochastics, like I do, if I load the stochastics is here my favorite, or it should be under oscillators. You can find stochastics, and once you click on that one, you change the setting first. How I set up the stochastic is a percent K30, percent D10, and slowing 10, and close is my stochastic setting. But afterwards, once again, you have to go to time frames, and as a default, it clicks, it's a daily chart is enabled. So if you just click apply right now, stochastics won't be showing up in the 5-minute chart, but it only shows up in the daily time frame. But if you want to use stochastics on all the time frames, you select simply all the time frames. But if you want to use stochastics only lower time frames like I do in 5 and 15, then you only tick 5 and 15 and click apply. And so I also add Bollinger Bands. I also add Bollinger Bands, period 20, deviation 1, and time frames I only select 5 and 15 because I don't use Bollinger Bands in higher time frames. And then click apply. And then another Bollinger Bands, period 20, with a deviation 2, I change deviation 2 here. And then select time frames as 15 and 5 and click apply. And after you do all these, what's going to happen is in this project, these indicator settings in each time frame is already set. So when you click different time frames, for example, okay, hold on, let me load a bit more chart. See, if you see 1 hour, you see Ichimoku. In 1 hour, you see Ichimoku, and in 30-minute chart, you see Ichimoku, In the 4-hour chart, you see Ichimoku as we set up. And in the daily, we see Ichimoku. In weekly, we also see Ichimoku. And monthly, we also see Ichimoku. Yeah, in monthly right now, there is not enough data to show Ichimoku lines, but in monthly, we all only set up the Ichimoku. But when you go to 15, then you see Bollinger Band and Stochastics. In 5, you also see Bollinger Band and Stochastics. But in 1 minute, you don't see any indicators because you didn't set the indicator on this 1 minute. So like this, depending on which time frame you click, the indicator should be reflected on each time frame as you set previously like this. I hope that makes sense. And this is something different from MT5 or TradingView. Like in TradingView, once you set the indicator like Ichimoku Kinko Hyo like this in the daily chart, then Ichimoku Kinko Hyo appears daily chart, 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart, 30, and also 15 and 5 also. MT5, MT4, it goes like this also. And you manually select, you manually switch from Ichimoku to Bollinger Band Stochastics like this on TradingView or MT5, MT4. But in Forex Tester, it's different. When you choose an indicator, that's when you have to set up the time frame. And this is a little bit of a trick. I think this is a tricky part. And after you set up all these indicators as you like, then make sure to save a template. So go to Chart Templates and save template and just type your name, your favorite name. I name KTS here usually, and I create the template so that every time you load the chart, simply you just choose that template, and each indicator on each time frame will be reflected in one click in this way. So basically, this is how I set up the indicators and also the project and data from the server. So now let me come back to some comments. Oh, hold on. Looks like my room is getting dark because I forgot to turn on the light. So let me turn on the light and come back. Yeah, I will be right back. Okay, thanks for waiting. I just turned on the light so it becomes brighter now. Okay, so let me come back to some comments now. Okay, so let's see. All right, good to see you everyone. Thank you for joining. If you liked it so far, please press the like button before you. That would be great. Yeah, Richard, yes, you can virtually buy and sell in Forex Tester. So let me quickly show how to buy and sell. It's very simple. So let's say if you want to sell right now because this is bearish, you can just go to where is it? The order. Sorry, you can go to order and click market order. And in this pop-up, you just choose lot size like 0.01. You just choose lot size and then enable sell. And if you want to put the stop loss, you just click on this the arrow on the left, or you can click on this how do you say, like this is like a exploit type of icon. You just click this one and you can virtually select the stop loss where to put it. So let's say this is just example, so let me just put the stop loss here above the previous high. And then you can also take select take profit. If you want to take profit down here, then just choose this one. And then click sell. And then you place a sell here, like this. So it's very simple. Yeah, let's see. All right, good to see you. Good to see you. Richard says, New Zealand market looks like everyone use Heiken Ashi candles. Okay. Yeah, I think it's kind of volatile. So to smooth it out, I think Heiken Ashi works on these volatile markets. Okay, Richard says, is the data downloaded accurate? Yes, it is very accurate. Yes. Peter says, hi Kay, is it possible to upload your own script in Forex Tester like MT5? Yes, it is possible. It is possible. But to be honest, I never used the script in MT5 or Forex Tester, so I am not too sure about that part. Because whenever I backtest, I only do so manually, as if I'm trading real trades, real markets manually. But you can go to, I think it was strategies. Yeah, you can go to strategies and add a strategy. Then you can actually optimize strategy also and run the EA or robot on this one. And also, I read somewhere that you can download, you can create the tester, create the EA over Forex Tester and download and apply an MT5. That is possible also. And plus, if you want to use some custom indicators on MT5 MT4, you can actually convert it to Forex Tester and run the tester by that custom indicators. So it's got many functions, actually. Let's see. Melanie says, hi Kay, should we check the ignore weekend box so as not to throw Ichimoku lines settings out, unless for those trading crypto who may want the weekend data? Oh yeah, that's right, that's right. Thanks for the reminder. I think that's a very important topic. So when you create a project, let's see, test. And use 1 minute data on NZD USD. Click next. And okay, I think it was somewhere here. Oh, I think it was when you download the data. So go to data center and yeah, select any pair you want to backtest. Yeah, when you, I think it was somewhere. Yeah, I saw that ignore weekend option when you create a project or when you download the data. And yeah, you want to select ignore the weekend box so that it doesn't become like 7 days per week for Ichimoku. Yeah, that's a good point. Yes. All right, Levinas, good to see you. And Katarina says, hi Kay, it's so good to see you talk about cryptos in your lives. Thank you and hello to everyone. All right. Yeah, today is a Forex Tester tutorial live. So I don't talk so much about the cryptos, but yes, as per request, I will. All right, let's see. Hello Kay, greetings from Russia. I have a question. Do you use Heiken Ashi with the Ichimoku? Oh, I don't use Heiken Ashi. I don't use, because Heiken Ashi are smooth kind of candlesticks, but I prefer candlesticks because I want to see highs and lows in the market because they go along with the Ichimoku 5 lines. And also, when I kept time cycles, I can't do so in Heiken Ashi. In Japan, Heiken Ashi are used to trade stock markets, but not so much in Forex. Because stock markets or index, sometimes there are gaps in between the days or weekends, versus Forex doesn't really have gaps in between. So when you see big gaps on each candlestick, like stock market, then Heiken Ashi might work. But in Forex, I prefer candlesticks. Okay, TikTok says, I have a bit of a side question. Can you share a few months of last year where you made that most profit? Sure, I think I will show that on the other live stream or video. Yeah, let me just focus on the Forex Tester as today's main topic, please. All right, Trader says, hi Kay, greetings from France. Thank you for joining. All right, more and more Ichimoku fans here. I recommend your channel a lot because you're 100% legit. Oh, thank you for the comment. Yeah, stay gold, Trader. Thank you so much. Yeah. Let's see, Aditya says, Mr. K, Mr. K can be shared with the public Ichimoku Forex Tester, which is correct calculation. In the correct calculation of Ichimoku indicator is shared within my Ichimoku community, but not in public, unfortunately. Yeah, let's see. Zunzun says, what do you think when you use only 2 time frame? 1 time frame to find trading, 1 time frame to entry. Can you compare win rate between 2 and 3 time frame to trade? Yeah, when you backtest on 1 single time frame, so let's say if you trade based on 1 hour, so let me put the 1 window on the left, 1 window on the right, and on the left, let's say I put the 5-minute chart on the left to capture the trading edge, and on the right, I put the, let's say, 1 hour to capture direction of the market by Ichimoku. So the good thing about the tester is that when you move the candles one by one based on 5, it synchronizes with the 1 hour or any other time frames. And you can open as many windows as possible. So let's see, let's say when I press space key in a 5-minute chart, then if you look at the 1 hour, you see the tick move like this, as 5-minute chart goes like this. So this is a very unique feature about Forex Tester. You don't have to go back and forth with different time frames to check the conditions, but you can actually run the charts multiple time frames at the same time. Yeah, but usually when I follow 1 hour, then it doesn't last that long, the trend. Usually it lasts within the day or it reverses within the day. So most likely that will be an intraday. So I prefer to follow daily chart or the 4-hour time frame. Right, Blue says Kaizen. Yeah, that's a Kaizen mindset. Improvement constantly is a key to success. Still nowadays, I improve my strategy. I minor change my strategy because market is not the same from last year or last month. So as I notice these small changes, I minor change my entry edge or exit timings. So we don't have to use the fixed strategy, but we have to be flexible to the changing market as it goes on. Profit says, is it a trading robot? Forex Tester is a software to backtest. And yes, you can run the robot to backtest, or you can trade manually for backtesting. I usually trade manually for backtesting on my own. All right, let's see. Let me check some other comments now. David says, I use Kihon Suchi based time frames 369. Fractal in nature, okay? Yeah, Peter, you're welcome. Let's see. Another one says, thanks for the answer. Yes, I just forgot in the question about Heiken Ashi that I mean the stock market. Yeah. So stock market, I think it's good for Heiken Ashi. Okay, so lastly, let me show how to view the news. So let's see, where was it? To check the news, here, under Windows, there is a news here. When you click the news, these are all the news in the data, right? So you see many symbols in the data, but this one is NZD USD. So you might only want to select the USD and NZD symbols for the news. But in case other news can affect the market, you can, just in case, take all the currency for the news. But in this part, what I usually do is I only select the high impact news. So how I do is I put this, I change the priority from all to high and click apply. And then I see all the high impact news. And once I select the high impact news only, then I click apply. And then all the high impact news will be reflected on the chart. Looks like it doesn't. But yeah, this is how I basically apply the news. Let's see, looks like it froze for some reason. But after you click apply, then you see the news on the chart like this. So this is another tip that I usually do when I create the new project. So you can try this one also. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. The color of the candles and background, you can right click on the window and click on chart settings, and simply you can change colors of candles, background, grid, or order level, stop loss, buy marker, sell marker. You can choose all the colors like this way. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So when I backtest, usually I do so 100 trades. So let's say I take trades 100 times in this particular pair and see my result. And I make sure to have my profit factor. Profit factor is calculated as gross profit divided by gross loss. So overall trades, I make sure to have profit factor of at least 3, ideally 5 profit factor to be able to trade this pair real time, real trades. Until I have the profit factor 3 for 100 trades, I keep testing and I keep refining my own strategy. And that you see in TradingView on my watch list. So these 21 pairs on my watch list are tested 100 times or more than 100 times by tester, and my result is proved with my strategy, and that's why I put this on my watch list. But recently, my performance on Swiss franc pairs are kind of worse than other pairs, so I might take out Swiss franc pairs sometime this summer or so. But other pairs' performance are still stable, so I just keep these other pairs. But yeah, so this is how I manage the watch list. But before I put the market into watch list, I make sure to have enough backtesting result in the tester and have PF 3 or 5 above 5, and then put it into the real trade practice on the real moving market. And then usually, if you have the profit factor 5, then the PF will be dropped down to 3 in average on the real trades, because in this Forex Tester, you can just run the chart one by one and simply you monitor the chart all day, 24 hours every day. And you take trades, so your performance for sure will be much better than the real trades, because on the real trades, you can't monitor 24 hours. You may be working, you may be doing something else, and you might miss chances on the real trades. So performance should be worse than the Forex Tester. And that's why, in other words, you have to have enough, better performance, good performance in Tester before you practice the real trades, is my advice. So yeah, that's it for today's quick Forex Tester explanation. This is how I set up the Forex Tester practically. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's Forex Tester Forex Tester tutorial. So in case you have any questions about Forex Tester, please let me know on the comment, or you can just send me email, and I'm open to answer any questions. So basically, in my YouTube channel, I only introduce the things that I use. If I don't use anything, if it's a broker or something, I don't really introduce in my YouTube channel. So because if I don't use it and introduce everyone, then I can't take responsibility, and I think it's not right for anyone unless I use it and prove it. So yeah, Forex Tester I use for the last couple of years, and that's why I explain. So yeah, so make sure to press the like button before you leave, and I will see you tomorrow on the forecast, weekly forecast. Okay, so for those who are joining public, I will see you tomorrow, and for those who are joining Ichimoku members, I will see you in 5 minutes to review the Ichimoku Basic Masterbook. So see you soon. Have a great weekend and stay gold. Bye for now. Mata ne. Thank you.